Every single day, the world creates over 400 million terabytes of data. And here's the uncomfortable part. Most companies do almost nothing with it. It just sits there. So if you can take one messy spreadsheet and turn it into a decision, you're not just useful, you become expensive. And that is a very good thing. Let me show you exactly how to become that person. 4 things in the next few minutes. 1. What data analytics actually is in plain English. 2. The 4 types and why the 4th one is where the money is. 3. A roadmap in the exact order you should learn it so you don't waste 6 months on the wrong skill. And 4. How to use AI to compress that roadmap, including the one AI mistake that quietly gets junior analysts thrown off projects. Timestamps are in the description. Let's go.
Definition first. Data analytics is the process of turning raw data into a decision. That's it. That's the whole job. SQL, dashboards, Python, those are just tools serving that one sentence. Let me make it concrete. Forget big corporations. Imagine you own a coffee shop. You've got a receipts file. Every row is one sale. Time, item, price, payment type. On its own, that file is worthless. It's just noise. Now watch what happens when you start asking it questions. Question 1. What are my busiest hours? 7:30 to 9:15 in the morning. Now you know how to schedule your stuff. Question 2. Which item actually makes me money? Not the one you sell most, the one with the best margin. And it turns out it's the banana bread, not the latte. Question 3. Why did sales drop 40% last Tuesday? You cross-reference the weather. It rained. Congratulations. You just did data analytics. No degree, no code. You asked a business question, you interrogated the data, and you changed a decision. Now scale that up. Same logic, more zeros. When Netflix does it, around 80% of what people watch comes from its recommendation engine. And Netflix has estimated that system is worth over $1 billion a year, just in subscribers who don't cancel. Same 4 steps, bigger stakes. Quick clarification, because this confuses everyone. Analyst, scientist, engineer, not the same job. Cleanest way to remember it. The data engineer builds the pipes that move the water. The analyst tastes the water and tells you what's in it. The data scientist predicts whether the well runs dry next summer. Same river, different jobs. We are focused on the analyst. It's the fastest to break into, and it's the on-ramp to the other two. And hey, if that made analytics click, hit like. It genuinely pushes this to the next person who's confused. 1 second. Big help. Now the 4 types of analytics. Think of them as 4 rungs on a ladder. Each one is harder than the last, and each one pays more than the last. Rung 1. Descriptive analytics. The question, what happened? This is every dashboard you've ever seen. Revenue, sign-ups, units sold, traffic. It's a rear view mirror. Real example. A food delivery app tells a restaurant owner, you did 412 orders last week, up 6%. Pure reporting. And most entry-level analyst work lives right here. Not glamorous, but it's where you get hired. Rung 2. Diagnostic. The question, why did it happen? Now you stop reporting and you start investigating. Revenue dropped 12%. Okay, why? You slice it. One region, one product, one customer segment. Did checkout break on mobile? Real example. A subscription app sees cancellations spike in March. Descriptive said cancellations went up. Diagnostic found that most of them came from annual plan users whose cards had expired. That's not a product problem. That's a billing problem. Completely different fix. And it took one follow-up question to find. This is the rung where you become valuable. Anyone can read a chart. Very few people can explain one. Rung 3. Predictive. What will happen next? Here you use historical patterns to forecast. And this is where machine learning shows up. You already live inside this. Spotify's Discover Weekly, predicting songs you've never heard. Your bank flagging a fraudulent transaction in under a second. A retailer forecasting how many winter jackets to buy. Miss by 10% and you either lose the sale or you eat the markdown. One caveat. Please internalize this. Predictions come with confidence, not certainty. Any analyst who tells you the model says X will happen with no range attached is not an analyst you should trust. Rung 4. Prescriptive. What should we do about it? Top of the ladder. It doesn't just predict, it recommends the action. And increasingly, it takes the action. Uber search pricing. Predict demand in a zone, then automatically move the price to pull drivers there. Nobody approves each decision. So, descriptive, what happened? Diagnostic, why? Predictive, what's next? Prescriptive, what to do? Screenshot that. Most companies are stuck on rung 1, and your career is built by being the person who moves them up. Quick one. Comment below. Which rung is your industry actually on right now? Just type the number and your field. And stick with me. At the end, I'm giving you the one portfolio project that has gotten more people hired than any certificate I've seen.
Alright, the roadmap. And the order matters more than the content. Because almost everyone does this backwards. They start with Python because it sounds impressive. They hit a wall in week 3 and they quit. 7 steps, in sequence. Each step makes the next one easier. Step 1, spreadsheets. 2 weeks. Excel or Google Sheets. Pivot tables, lookups, if statements, clean charts. I know it's unsexy. It's also what most real business decisions still run on. Step 2, statistics. But only the useful 20%. 2 weeks. Mean versus median and when the average lies. Distributions, correlation versus causation. You don't need to derive anything. You need to not be fooled. Step 3, SQL. 4 weeks. This is the highest leverage skill on the entire list. SQL is how you talk to a database. Select, where, group by, order by. And then joins. Joins are the line between took a course and got hired. If you take one thing from this video, take this. Learn SQL. Halfway. Steps 4 through 7 are the ones that actually get you paid. Don't drift now. Step 4. Visualization. 3 weeks. Power BI or Tableau. Pick one, not both. Power BI if you're targeting corporate and Microsoft heavy companies. Tableau if you're targeting product and tech. And learn to build a dashboard that answers one question, not one that shows off every chart type you know. Step 5. Python. Now, not earlier. 6 weeks. Pandas for manipulation, Matplotlib or Seaborn for plots, Jupyter to work in. You're not becoming a software engineer. You're automating steps 1 through 4. Step 6. Business acumen. Ongoing. And this is the step everyone skips. Learn the metrics of the industry you're actually targeting. Retail. Same-store sales, basket size, sell-through. SaaS. Churn, CAC, LTV. Marketing. Click-through, conversion, ROAS. Technical skill gets you the interview. This gets you the offer. Because it's how you know which question is worth asking. Step 7. Portfolio. 3 projects, non-negotiable. Not tutorials, not the Titanic dataset. 3 projects on messy, real data. Each one ending in a written recommendation. Because the recommendation is the part that proves you can think. Total, about 4 to 5 months, at 10 to 12 hours a week. Not 2 years, not a master's degree. Now, here's where AI changes everything. And I want to be precise here, because the hype is loud and the reality is more useful. AI has not replaced analysts. What it's done is collapse the time cost of the tedious 80%. So the thinking 20% becomes the entire job. McKinsey's latest State of AI survey found 88% of organizations now use AI somewhere in the business, but fewer than half can point to real bottom line impact. That gap, that's your job description. 5 tips. Tip 1. Use AI as your translator, not your brain. Paste your table structure, describe the question in plain English. Ask for the SQL or the Python, then read it and verify it. You learn faster than any course because you're reading correct code inside your own problem. But the rule is absolute. If you can't explain the query you just ran, you don't own that answer. Tip 2. Kill the cleaning tax. Analysts consistently report burning the majority of their time, and the figure usually quoted is 60 to 80% just cleaning and prepping data. So drop that messy CSV into ChatGPT's data analysis mode, or Claude or Julius, and ask it to profile the file. Missing values, duplicates, inconsistent date formats, outliers, and a suggested fix for each. A 2-hour slog becomes a 4-minute review. Tip 3. Use AI for hypotheses, never for conclusions. When revenue dips, don't ask it, why did revenue drop? It has no idea. It'll make something up. Ask instead, give me 15 plausible reasons a B2B SaaS company's revenue drops 12% in Q3, ranked by how quickly I can test each one. Now you have a checklist to go verify against real data.
AI is a brilliant brainstorming partner and a terrible witness. Tip 4. Let AI write the story. You own the number. Analysts don't get promoted for correct analysis. They get promoted for analysis that gets acted on. Feed it your verified findings and ask for a 3-bullet executive summary. The finding, the recommendation, the risk. Your insight, its clarity. Your name on the decision. Tip 5. Learn the AI layer that's already sitting inside your tools. Power BI Copilot, Tableau Pulse, Gemini in BigQuery and Sheets, Copilot in Excel. These are natural language layers over the work you already do. Show me sales by region for the last 6 quarters, and it builds it. On job descriptions in 2026, this is an expectation, not a bonus. And now, the one mistake. Never paste confidential company data into a public AI tool. That is the fastest way to end a promising analytics career. Use your company's approved enterprise instance or anonymize first. Ask before you upload every single time.
Okay, the portfolio project I promised. Don't do another Kaggle competition. Every applicant has one. Instead, pick a company you genuinely want to work for. Find real public data in their space. Government open data, their own published reports, a public API. Answer one specific business question they actually have. Write it up on a single page. The question, the data, the finding, the recommendation. Then send it to a hiring manager there. I've watched this skip the queue more times than any certificate because it proves the only thing they actually care about, that you can turn data into a decision, which, if you remember minute 1, is the entire job. Quick recap. Analytics is turning data into decisions. 4 types: descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, prescriptive. 7 steps in order. Spreadsheets to portfolio. And AI is the accelerator, not the driver. Subscribe if you want the deep dive on step 3, SQL. That's next week and it's the one that pays. And tell me in the comments, which rung is your industry on? See you in the next one.